there's a reason why he's Olympic #1, absolutely, and heck of a nice guy too outside the ring. So yeah, couldn't be happier for him. Obviously, I would have changed the results if I had my way, but yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It's a marathon.
That incredible passage through. Can he make it through to the final as well? Talk about the tail of the tape. 1m90 for Kyo-Don, 1m92 for Ivan Trajkovic. And for those not au fait with meters, just around 6'2" for both men. In terms of the age matchup, Trajkovic just 1 year older and still very much in contention.
There's that active start.
Yeah, put the stamp on it.
7 seconds in, already 4 kicks by the Slovenian.
Who is, of course, already in Olympic contention, but if one man loves someone to counter, it's Kyo-Don.
Yep, absolutely. He's going to take those easy shots. He's got great covers, so he's not too worried about it. He can let Trajkovic essentially wear himself out on this thing.
And I'm just going to mark everyone's card here. How good is Kyo-Don's back kick?
No, it's he's won many a fights at the buzzer with it. It's definitely a clutch kick for sure.
And he loves it. He loves to draw. So Trajkovic is almost tailor-made for him.
Yeah.
Can he find a kick to suit as both men after that active start? Kyo-Don with a punch in the inside.
Yep. I guess they're carrying over the punch tally from the last match.
Punches make points in this one. It's pointing towards a good start for the Korean. Trajkovic, as we know though, likes to spin, likes to go up high.
Not quite enough extension on that one. That's a good no call.
Nice little double kick on the inside. Ivan Trajkovic holding the centre, but Kyo-Don holding the lead so far. And we've spoken before about the ability to subdue people and put them into that almost hypnotic state. There's the back kick he thought about. Trajkovic not buying the dummy.
But the Koreans got him in the exact spot that's conducive to his game. And again, he wants to, oh yeah, he'll come in, he'll roll him to sleep a little bit, a lot like Radek, and then he'll take those big turns. And, both men getting a ton of touches, a ton of registers on the system. Just not quite enough power to put the points on the board. 5-0 Korea, 13 seconds.
Kyo-Don tries with the backline turning kick. He'll take the gam jump. Lost track of where he was on the mat. And that footwork gives him an opportunity to just catch his breath. And almost a little agreement between the two of them to say, yep, that'll do it. Back to the coaches they go. And I know it's a 4-point game, but Ivan Trajkovic still has plenty to offer in this.
Yeah, it's the amount of activity we've gotten in both of these matches is much closer to -80 as opposed to +80. So it's we knew coming in that Slovenia was going to be particularly active. Korea actually being a little bit more active in response. And so I'm curious if Korea comes out and steps on the gas a little bit right here at the start just to put Slovenia on his heels. But again, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Korea's clearly got a winning recipe, so what do I know?
You know plenty, and you're giving us the benefit of that knowledge. Well, the winning recipe so far for Kyo-Don, but trying to find the right ingredients and putting them together. The man in blue on the left-hand side. Can he dip into the physical fitness reserves of Kyo-Don and put the pressure on? Well, Ivan Trajkovic will be hoping he can do just that. Ranked at number 6 at the start of the day. Where can he go? This one, there's the back kick that we spoke of.
Yep, judges are clicking the buttons for it. He's just not quite getting enough sensors on it, so Ivan's doing a wonderful job covering that bad boy. Good pressure by Slovenia. He's not letting Korea get settled. That's what you have to do against him. Once he gets settled is when turns and sneaky kicks start to come out. A lot of credit where credit's due.
No question. Speaking of sneaky kicks, Trajkovic trying a little flick to the body there on the inside of his own. There's a nice push. Can he at least generate some gam jumps? Get some doubt going in the head there. There's a good back kick.
An attempt on, and taking that easy one on the failed attempt at the back kick. I think Trajkovic glanced at the scoreboard. I'm surprised that one didn't go up, but again, if your foot isn't at exactly the right angle, those power shots just do not score on this system.
Yeah, more so about sustained contact and impact rather than the pop on the protector. Popping the points on the board in Kyo-Don. Nice block again from the Korean. Little shake of the head though, he's feeling the pace perhaps.
Yep, starting to get a little tired, I think. Definitely a traditional middle heavyweight, this Korean. Ivan's, like you said, originally a welterweight, so he's taking advantage of it for sure.
I'm sure the calves are burning for Ivan Trajkovic. He'll be burning with desire to try and get himself those points on the trail to Tokyo. Still in contention, 30 to go. Good punch on the inside, back kick meets him.
That is a wonderful turn at the right time, taking advantage of the Korean's punch. Opened up that chest guard, threw the right kick at the right time. That was expert taekwondo.
I want to get a little analysis of that from you during the break. There's a punch of his own there from Trajkovic. Slides down the protector as we go into the last 10. It's been a very good second round. There's a back kick just missing, goes with a second one.
Oh, that's a gutsy play, and it paid off for him. 10-5 going into the third round. What should have ended the round as a close match is he put the space back in between him and Slovenia. It was a really smart play.
Smart play and smart scores on the board, 10-5. There was a little passage of play, we may see it in the replays. There was a big punch, almost to show the judges the punch is coming. Showed too much of it though.
Yeah, absolutely. Just like we've talked about how you need to get as much of the sensors from your foot on the chest guard, a good rule of thumb on this system is you want to keep your chest guard, as we like to say, as skinny as possible.
Okay.
You want to show as little of it as possible to your opponent. When you open up like that on a punch, you're giving him just a huge amount of area to take up easy points and easy turns like that. So smart play by Ivan. Maybe just a little bit of a missed guess by Korea.
Yeah, as you say, but took away the guesswork in the next flurry of kicks. Followed the back kick with a good head shot. So Kyo-Don has that 5-point gap as we move towards the third and possibly final round. We know that Kyo-Don, there's the spins that we mentioned for Trajkovic. Beautiful footwork though.
Yep, that was a great attempt. And trying for that turn again. Judges clicked it. No register though, so.
Yep, sliding round the corner, close with the head kick.
Yep, fantastic attempt. He knows Slovenia's got to go, and so he just goes straight down the middle for the easy shot.
Speaking of easy shots, well, it's going to be difficult now. As a little check of the protectors, the reason for that, as I'm sure you'll know well, you've got to take your breath back after that one. Exhausting, getting up off the mat.
Yeah, it's exhausting, and I think the last thing Slovenia wants here is to give Korea any more breaks, because Korea's breathing through his mouth, so clearly he's feeling the pace.
Trying to turn up the pace, turn up the heat. Kyo-Don just a little paso doble dance there into the middle. Controls the centre of the ring with the fancy footwork, the Korean. A lovely little slide around the corner.
Yep, this is a masterclass in ring management for sure. No deductions have been given for stepping out of the ring except for that first one at the end of the first round, and that was purely just a lapse in judgment. Amazing fight for 11-5 with a minute to go in the third round of this semifinal.
And the lesser spotted skip-in kick, the fast kick there. Used to be the staple of old school taekwondo, certainly the staple of Korean training for many years. Trajkovic trying to change things up, but eats a punch on the way in.
Yep, big punch at a good time. He knows, just like that eagle he tried down the middle, takes the easy one whenever they're there.
Oh, headshot, so close.
Yep, that's we're getting to the point. 30 seconds left. That's a good attempt. We either need a big scoring kick, a turn to the body, which is 4, or a turn to the face, which is 5. And bam, another great attempt, taking advantage of the miscalculation by Ivan.
Just wonderful movement, as you say, that miscalculation. The maths major, Kyo-Don, running the rule over this one. The most important in terms of tabulations of scores. 19 points. There's the reverse tourniquet round the corner. 19 points on the board. That gam jump will make it into 20, but 14 of them for Kyo-Don. And you would venture that that's going to be enough to put him into the final. You've mentioned his ability to manage a match. And he finishes with a perfect push kick, generates the gam jump, and we'll be seeing Kyo-Don for the final. TRAJKOVIC knows it. Nice show of respect. The race is run for both. Just quality.
Yeah, absolutely. And this means tomorrow we're going to be having a rematch of last year's Grand Slam final between Iran and Korea, which, for those of you that can remember, not only went the distance, so it was a Grand Slam, all 5 rounds.
All 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Slam final here in the Grand Prix final in Moscow. That will be the men's heavyweight matchup, and that will complete the men's division in that one. It is, of course, the day for all the weight categories. So we're moving towards the last 4 matches in this one. It's been a marathon session. Women's under 67s and men's under 68s will bring us to a close here. And they're coming up in just a few moments' time.